jazz between the dishes, a trumpet in the sink. The faucet keeps the rhythm while the soap begins to blink. You hum a tune from long ago with bubbles in your hands, and I'm convinced that love lives best in kitchens, not in bands. Your hair's a bit disheveled, your apron's halfway tied, but baby, there's a spotlight in the way you laugh and slide. You toss a spoon like Dizzy did, it clatters on the beat, and suddenly this Wednesday becomes a front row seat. There's jazz between the dishes, a syncopated sway. You spin around with silverware and chase the blues away. We don't need any ballroom, no bandstand or bouquet, just jazz between the dishes to wash the world away. The plates become percussion, you tap the pan just right. I grab the broom and follow you like sacks to fading light. The toast is burnt, the milk is warm, the counter's quite a mess, but you dance past the clutter in your t-shirt and that dress. There's jazz between the dishes, improvised and wild. The mop becomes a microphone, you sing just like a child. We find our rhythm sideways, we swing in faded shoes. In jazz between the dishes, we never sing the blues. Let others toast to Paris nights or champagne in hotels. I'll take your dishpan opera and your off-key dinner bells. There's jazz between the dishes, and darling, that's enough. With you beside the oven, I found my kind of love. So turn the volume higher, let rinse and rhythms fuse. We'll write our song in bubbles bright, just jazz and me and you.
There's letters on the fridge again, little notes in crooked pen. Don't forget the milk you wrote, but I read more between the quotes. A smiley face beneath your name, a heart you always draw the same. You leave your love in magnets blue in every day I find in you. Some folks send their feelings loud with flowered songs and cheering crowds, but I get all I need from ink that tells me simply wash the sink. Letters on the fridge, like whispers in the light. Left your coat behind again, but baby, it feels right. You don't write me poetry, but darling, don't you see? Each scribble on that metal door is love spelled out for me. A sticky note that says I'm late, next to one that reads you're great. The alphabet we used to teach still holds our names in reach. Left some soup for you to heat. Call your mom and don't skip sleep. You say the things that matter most, without a stage, without a toast. Letters on the fridge, in smudges, pen and tape. They tell the story of our days with no need to escape. just your notes about the laundry. And if we need more cheese, it's not the words you use, my love, but the way they find their place amid the eggs and orange juice. You always leave me grace. Of how we both go on. And though the world may chase the stars and poems etched in gold, your buy more bread is everything this morning heart can hold. The streetlights hum a lullaby outside our window pane. They paint your cheek in silver as you whisper soft my name. The night is thick with quiet, but I hear your heart unwind in words you speak half dreaming, with no fear left behind. Hand slips down the blanket, your breath is slow and deep. But then you say, don't leave me, in a voice too hushed to keep. I lean into the moment, afraid to break the spell. This fragile truth between the dark and where your dreams now dwell. Street lights and sleep talk, where love slips through the seams. A midnight kind of language spoken only inside dreams. You say more in your silence than daylight ever shows. In street lights and sleep talk, I hear the love you chose. Speak of someone dancing, of letters never sent. You smile at things I'll never know, but I know what you meant. I don't wake you from your voyage, I just stay and softly breathe, because in these fleeting murmurs you finally believe. Street lights and sleep talk, where secrets gently fall. You call me by a nickname you've never said at all. The world outside is sleeping, but here we are awake, between your half-closed eyelids and the promises you make. Morning always takes you back to daylight's careful face, but night reveals the honesty that morning can't replace. Street lights and sleep talk, where your truth comes to me. No was drawn, no need to hide, no mask for me to see. So I will wait each evening for dreams to draw you through, in streetlights and sleep talk. You always say I do. You laugh like springtime in the middle of my snow, like flowers through the sidewalk where nothing else would grow. You broke into my silence with petals on your tongue, and every word you whispered felt like April just begun. I'd grown used to quiet winters, to rooms without a breeze. You opened every window and taught my heart to sneeze. Now sunlight finds the corners that shadows used to claim, and when you speak, I swear I hear the world reborn again. You laugh like springtime, like a lilacs in the rain. You melt away the bitter cold and bloom me back again. No storm can shake the roots you plant inside my quiet ground. You laugh like springtime, and I come back around. I once lived like a closed book, my pages never turned. But then your fingers touched the spine, and suddenly I burn. You turn my old gray sentences into dancing fields of green. With one small joke you rearranged the life I'd never seen. You laugh like springtime and skies forget to cry. The birds return, the clocks forgive, and every tear runs dry. I don't need maps or calendars, I just need you around. You laugh like springtime, and the world becomes a sound. Never knew that joy could bloom so soft, so full, so free. But now I know the season lives each time you laugh near me. You laugh like springtime, and I forget the past. Your smile rewrites my mornings in colors built to last. No need for grand tomorrows, no gardens yet to grow. you laugh like springtime, and I already know.
You put sugar in my coffee when you know I take it black. But I smile and take a sip, 'cause you always give it back. A little sweet where life gets rough, a little wrong that feels just right. You turn my bitter mornings into soft and golden light. Your slippers next to mine, your jacket on the chair. You hum while boiling water, like love just floats in air. You never write me poetry, you never send me songs, but your butter toasts so perfectly, I know just where I belong. You're the sugar in my coffee, the warmth inside my cup, the extra touch I didn't ask but never give up. You don't need fancy phrases or roses at my door. You bring sweetness in small doses, and I couldn't ask for more. I used to rush my mornings, drink fast and out the door. But now I linger longer, just to hear your steps across the floor. You kiss me when I'm grumpy, you talk to all my plans. You leave your socks like souvenirs in places I can't stand. But I laugh and you just shrug, with that grin you always do. And I think I've never tasted life as rich as it is with you. You're the sugar in my coffee, the smile behind the steam. You stir my world so gently, like living in a dream. No need for grand confessions, no spotlight in the rain, just quiet morning gestures that ease away the strain. Some people search for fireworks, for drama bells and songs, but I found peace in simple things where quiet love belongs. You're the sugar in my coffee, the soft hand on my day. You turn my black and white to 50 shades of gray. So keep the spoons and saucers and all the mess we make. I'll take this life with all its spills for every smile you bake. Yes, you're the sugar in my coffee, and I never want it plain. Sunday at the window, curtains caught in breeze, coffee in my favorite cup, slippers on my knees, bird song in the alley, and toast that's getting cold. I hum along to silence like stories left untold. The street is slow and golden, the paper's on the chair, but I keep watching rooftops as if you're standing there. Sunday at the window, the sky begins to bend. I'm tracing clouds with fingertips and waiting for the wind. They say you might come walking with that sleepy smile you wear, so I sit through morning shadows pretending you'll be there. Steam upon the window draws halos in the glass. I scribble hearts with absent hands like someone from the past. The radio plays softly, a trumpet low and sweet, and every note reminds me of how our mornings meet. Sunday at the window, the quiet knows your name. Each tick of time a gentle ache, a soft familiar flame. I dress the day in memory, in sweaters that you'd fold, still waiting for your footsteps to break this morning's hold. Maybe you're a minute out, maybe still in bed, maybe you forgot the route or something that I said. To do, pour another coffee cup and leave a seat for you. And if you come by evening, I'll still be here the same. Sunday at the window, still whispering your name. It's the quietest part of the song that makes me feel you near. No chords, no words, no melody, just space for us to hear. A pause between two fragile notes, a breath you used to take. And though the sound has wandered on, the silence doesn't break. The piano gently lingers, then stops without a sign. But in the hush that follows it, I still feel your hand in mine. The band may wait to enter, the singer may look down, but I can hear you whisper still, in absence, not in sound. It's the quietest part of the song, where nothing needs to play. No trumpet cries, no cymbal sighs, just moments kept at bay. The hush becomes a memory, a heartbeat barely strong. Yet I have never loved you more than in the quietest part of the song. The night falls soft around me, the air too still to breathe, and yet you live in pauses that no one dares to leave. I light no candle for you, I sing no final line, I just wait through the silence to feel your love in mine. It's the quietest part of the song, where endings sometimes stay. No curtain call, no closing bow, just notes that drift away. They said the music carries us, but silence makes us strong.
I let the moment be. The world can fade, the lights go dark, but you remain with me. So when the band falls silent and all the lights are gone, I'll wait with you forever in the quietest part of the song. Still lives in my hallway. You dropped it here and kissed my cheek, then slipped into the gray. I meant to hang it dry that night, but something held me back. I stood there with it in my hand, still warm with your last laugh. It's funny what the rain can keep when memory forgets, the way it soaks into the threads and never quite resets. The smell of rain on your coat, like jazz notes in the air, soft and gone but somehow real, still lingering everywhere. I press it close like you're still near, though it's just wool and smoke. But love returns in hidden forms, like rain upon your coat. You wore it through the quiet storms that passed between our days, and though you'd leave without a word, you always came halfway. That coat knew all the corners of our winding city nights, and now it hangs like some old truth, still waiting to feel right. The smell of rain on your coat still drips through time and tea. I open doors and catch a breath of what we used to be, a fragrance lost, a moment caught in threads we never spoke. You always said that rain was love, now it lives on your coat. I washed it once but changed my mind, afraid I'd lose the sound of all the words you never said that somehow still resound. The smell of rain on your coat is all that won't let go, a scent of you, of autumn hearts, of parting soft and slow. So I don't clean the memories, I let them gently soak. And every time the sky turns gray, I reach for your old coat.
The way you leave your shoes, one tilted on its side, like they just gave up the day and didn't even try to hide, by the door or down the hall, sometimes beneath the stairs. You never put them in their place, but somehow I don't care. Your shoes have been to movies, to sidewalks full of rain. They've carried you through laughter and through little aches and pain. I trip on them each morning, but smile just the same, because the way you leave your shoes feels like love without a name. The way you leave your shoes is how I know you're near. No big hello, no fancy word, just comfort warm and clear. They say some love's in flowers, in candlelight or blues, but mine's in quiet corners. And the way you leave your shoes, they tell me where you've wandered, they tell me when you're home. Two quiet little footprints that never feel alone. And though you never say too much about the things you feel, your shoes say all I need to know, that what we have is real. The way you leave your shoes, like petals on the floor, a mess I never want to clean, a sign that I want more. You don't write epic stories, you don't compose the news, you just live life beside me and leave your lovely shoes. Some may find it silly, some may say it's small, but I could write a sonnet to your sneakers in the hall. Scuffed up soles and careless kicks, you've built a home that rests. So leave them where you want to, don't ever need to choose. I'll always find my joy again in the way you leave your shoes. I'm only 3 steps from you, but it feels like miles away. You're standing at the counter, and I forgot what to say. The sun is on your shoulder, the kettle starts to sing, but I'm caught inside a silence where the air begins to sting. I could just reach out my hand, brush against your sleeve, say the words I've tucked inside since the end of last week. You laugh about the tea bag that slipped into your cup, but all I see is everything that I keep bottling up. 3 steps from you, but I might as well be gone. The space between the floorboards feels like somewhere I went wrong. I live in tiny moments that never quite break through. 3 steps, a world of wonder, still too far from you. You ask me if I'm tired, if I've slept enough last night. I nod and fake a smile, but nothing's sitting right. You hum that old Sinatra tune and stir your tea just so, and I pretend I'm not unraveling by every breath you blow. 3 steps from you, and still
to prove. So I memorize your outline and file your every hue. 3 steps that keep repeating in a dance I can't get through. I wish you'd turn and catch me there, say, come a little near. But sometimes even love can't close a gap of fear. From you, like echoes in the hall. I see you, but I feel like we're divided by a wall. If someday you should wonder why I never follow through, just know I lived 1,000 lives 3 steps from